let's try this. All right. Give me a second, fam. I'll just get this sorted. And copy video details, and there, and there, and there, and paste. And okay, we should be good to go now, I'm hoping. Alright, how's that? Is the audio good? Alright, how's that? Is the audio good? We'll stone the crows. Today we are beach fishing. I was going to go to a remote beach last night. Well, it's one of the remotest beaches in Australia, but unfortunately with access to the beach, it's a totally different beach to this. The sand here is yellow, therefore it's a limestone based sand. Most of the reef country out here is limestone. Where we were going to go, it's a totally like white, stark white beach, which means that it's usually formed from shell. Okay, so just before you get into it, there's a last sand dune. Getting into the beach is okay, but getting back out, it's quite soft. So, I mean, I don't mind being stuck down there, but I have got responsibilities now, you know. It's not like the old days when I had hair. So, what it is, the whole beach is absolutely stricken with weed. If someone can just type in !Discord. Dan, how are you? Cal, how are you? Okay, don't forget to like the stream, people. We've got to let YouTube know we're doing good things. Oh, so frustrating. Right, there'll be a delay as there always is. Just excuse me. Ben, how are ya? 808, welcome, bud. Now, I'm just going to go to the Discord. Here we are. That's it. general chat. I'll show you a photo of the beach. Right, this morning. Okay, that's what I've had to contend with. Welcome everyone. Okay, so when you've got the winter, and as you can see here, see how there's not as much weed? There's actually an outer reef over there that protects this area of the beach. Oh, there's a little school of herring in the water there, fam. Good, at least we know there's some fish around. And you don't get as much weed. We still will encounter weed today, but the rigs that we use, it doesn't matter, because the way we have our fishing technique, we fish above the weed, right? And hopefully we can get some fish. But this was more of a test of the technology. So I'm going to fire up my other technology that I have as well, but we'll stick with this for now. Oh no, it's all right, Cal, don't worry about it, bud. All right, people, thanks for tuning in. Right, let's get started. Now people, a couple of things. This fishing rod that I've been using on stream, that I've been fishing 80-pound braid through and had for, 10 years, these will be available for sale. Okay, I've got a box load turning up. Oh, I've absolutely battered this rod. I've got a box load turning up next week. The price for non-members is $280. If you're a member on the YouTube channel, you get them for $250 plus freight. Okay, so I've got 10 turning up. I've got another 50 on order. And yeah, these are a very good quality rod. If I had Shimano or Daiwa on that instead of what I've got, I could probably get about 3 times as much. So let's chuck that in there. I've got a new rod that I'm trying out today while I'm waiting for my other 10-footer to come over. Right, hello Sugar Honey, how are you, mate? Thank you to the 14 people watching. Now, I fish 80-pound braid through it, and I've cast up to 16-ounce lead on it plus baits, even though it says you can't do it, and I've proven it time and time again on the stream. Okay, so it's not an expensive rod for what it can do. Okay, all right, and we also, good Sugar Honey, I hope the Hitman's well too. How the pups, everyone good? Why is it not? Da, 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 da. Actually, this is the only stretch of beach along here where it's really cleaned up, people, so we're good today. And also on top of that, people, we do have some merch available now. Okay, so these are the new Australis TV shirts. Won't be available until the website goes up, although I have got a couple organised for Cal that I'm waiting to come through. Okay. Nicely, get out of there, bugger. Is that the 10-footer or the 12-footer? Let's have a look. It's a 10-footer, beautiful. Okay, let's get some reels on these rods. Just going to put some fuel in the generator. I'll be back in a second. fuel on hands does not go well with fish. Oh. It does. And you know what the silly thing is, Steve? When I came down here, there were tailor that were getting sort of pushed to the surface and leaping out of the water, which means one thing, mulloway or shark. And of course, you know, it took me an hour to get onto the beach. It took me 2 hours and 15 minutes to get the software sorted. La 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 la, do 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 do. Excellent. Right, so that is good to go for a while. Excellent. That's going to work very well, actually. Beautiful. Okay. Anyway. Now, has there been any lag in the stream, people? Or has it been okay? Lovely. Excellent. Yeah, I'm good, Aussie Mick. How's life treating you, bud? So what we're going to do is we're going to try a different tack today, famo. I have got the... I'm going to show you how to use pilchards as lures today, but you've got to have the right gear to do that with. And if you've got tailor out there, you can actually cast a pilchard like a lure, and if they're around, it's fish after fish after fish, you know. So let's see how we go. Oh, excellent. I'm glad I finally got all that sorted. And oh, usually bumping. To give you an idea of Glasgow, I got up this morning early, right? Drove down to this spot. Someone had parked a four-wheel drive at the entrance. No one around. Right at the entrance, so he couldn't get on the beach. So rather than ring the cops and all the rest of it, I just turned around, went home, and came back hoping that they'd gone. You know, some people... Anyway, what do you do? Classic. Hank, how are you, bud? Welcome to the stream. Just, yeah. I don't know where all this is coming from, you know, but anyway, let's see how we go. Right, now. Lovely. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is show you the easiest knot in the world to join braid to a shock leader. All right. Braid, I have a heap of samples coming over that we're going to be selling later. Right. So, what I've got here is I've got just about, oh, don't do that. Oh, a little bit over. That's still very clean. This is excellent. A little bit over a rod length there. So what you've got is, okay, we have our 80-pound main line with our 50-pound shock leader. Right, now with braid has a lot of really good advantages in comparison to mono, but one thing that monofilament will have that will always stand it in better stead against braid is monofilament has far better abrasion resistance. Okay, so we've got the braid and the monofilament once, twice, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right, so I've wrapped that around there 25 times. What I do now is I just make a loop like that. Try not to get it to bed in over it on itself. Right, like so. Okay. Clamp that down once, twice, three times, thanks Glasgow, that's Starlink for you, mate. All right, so then what we do is we join that by pulling that tight. Right, and that's the best and easiest braid to monofilament join that I know. Alrighty, and it shouldn't cause too much damage when it's going out through the guides. Okay, so as you can see, that's gripped around the monofilament beautifully. At no stage can it let go on itself. All right, might, and every once in a while, you know, you might have to redo the knot, but what'll happen is when you go to cast it, you'll hear like tunk tunk tunk, and then it just shoots out through your guides. So there we are. And what this means is you can join monofilament to your rigs, right, rather than braid. Okay. Oh, that looks good. Now, what do we got here? Let's have a look. If we're lucky, we might even have a rig from last time. Well, there you go. Look at that. This is the rig that we caught the snapper on last time, famo. All right, there you go. So I'm going to reuse this rig. What I'm going to do is just cast this and see exactly how much weed is out there, right? And then I'm going to put a bait on it. So let's just get this out there. Right. I've got a snapper lead on, because what that'll do is that'll allow me to pull through the weed. Rightio, let's go. That's not too bad. Well, people, that's a really good sign. Our hooks came up clean. So we're in a good spot here. Great, let's put on a bait. Let's send it out there and see what's out there, eh? Awesome. Now, hang on. I don't know whether you can see it on the stream, but there's a school of birds out the back here smashing fish. Oh, that water's freezing. Oh, gotta love winter. Ooh. On a scale of 1 to 10, the difficulty factor getting on here this morning was about a 9. So, Daz Dan, how are you, bud? So, when preparing mullet baits, right, always scale your mullet. Mullet have very tough scales, and if you leave one on your bait, it could hinder the ability for the fish that you're chasing to actually set the hook. Right. Right, we'll let that defrost a bit. And now what we'll do is we'll get our little rig ready. The little rig's going to be quite simple. Nothing too serious there, people, okay? Is it really? Okay. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to make a very simple rig. Okay, so this is not going to be anything that's too untoward. So what I'll do, I might even just put a little bit of a shock leader on this as well, just in case we get dragged into the reef by something. Whoops. Okay, so once again we've wrapped that around 25 times. We just make a little loop like we're starting off a granny knot. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Okay. Now, great, we've brought that through. Come on. Sometimes we hook larger fish on this small rod and reel. Cookies, I knew there was a trade-off for you watching today. Steve, I could just imagine you there putting on the helmet, you know, getting out the body armour. Darling, do you mind if I watch some fishing? In broken Polish. Then once you duck, because obviously you're experienced, you know. Yes, but you've got to do other stuff while you're watching. So I appreciate the effort, mate. I appreciate the fact that you risked personal injury to watch the stream today, Steve. Thanks, mate. Right. Now. Beautiful. All right, I'm just going to go and get some swivels. I'll be back in a second. We might actually get a fish today, people, amongst all this weed. She's out. Ah, see, that's experience, people. You can't beat experience. Taylor, yeah, probably, Steve. But what we'll do is we'll just put this rig on. I'll try and catch a tailor on a muley just to show everyone how to do it. But what I would like to do first is let's just see what's out there. Luke, how are you, bud? Welcome. Yeah, let me just make a rig for small stuff, Steve, and then we'll show everyone how to chase the tailor once this wind swings around, okay? So, this is the easiest rig in the world for small fish. So check this out. We're going to do a simple dropper loop rig. Yeah, good, Luke. Just to be quite fair, Luke, loop. I saw the lag there, I thought I'd start again. If someone can just type !shorts in chat, people. Nah, that's Starlink bumping. Well, that's not a good start, is it? Wow. Awesome. This is great. No, I'm not going to use that. Wow, really? Okay, so what we're going to do is put a couple of hooks on here. Okay, we're just going to put a couple of muley tails onto the hooks. What happens is, if you've got your tails left on your muleys, fam, when you cast them out using them as a lure, it'll cause your muley to spin. But if you cut the tail off and then you put the hook in the correct position between the eye and the nose, it'll come back straight, much like a fish, you know. All right, let's see if there's a big mulloway out here, people. Tide's coming up. Please don't reach the car, thank you. Da, 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 da. It doesn't matter if there's a layer of weed on the bottom out there, we'll still be able to fish above it. Righto, come on. That's cleared the second set of waves, beautiful. Nicely done. We've got a dead straight line out to our sinker. Good. Happy. Right, now, what have we got in the way here? Simon, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Dang hooks. Now let's bring that here. Cyber Trouts, how are you, bud? Phil, welcome. Good to see you, mate. There's not too much undertow out there, people. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're holding bottom there without much interference.